Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So, here we are, once more, turn 4. This is going to be good. I'm just going to give it a few minutes here, just let the stream catch up, and let YouTube sort of do its thing. See, it's funny with YouTube when you actually stream via the YouTubes. It really doesn't tell you that the live stream has actually started when it has actually started. Hello there, Blackstar. How you doing, my friend? Indeed, 10-4. So this should be rather interesting. Now, hello there, SET. Hello there, Luba. How you doing, my friend? Norbert, nice to see you. Hello there, Black Mesa. Are we in Los Angeles yet? Mate, we're in New York. Right then. There we go. I like that one. So I do believe I have the correct saves. I may have to obviously double check, but this should be fine. So, yeah, enter player 1. Let's see how we go. How was your Thanksgiving? Great, don't celebrate it. So, yeah, it went fantastic. I mean, I would enjoy having, like, turkey and just meat in general. That'd be quite nice. What's up there, Marky Mark? How you doing, my friend? Indeed, it has been a couple days, hasn't it? Has indeed been a couple days. So, 10th of December, 1941. Let's see what this day shall bring. Okay, so we occupy the base at Abhari, which is actually quite nice. At least we have that without having to storm the base. Though we do have those troops on shock orders, so oh well. You know what the nicest part is the fact that I can actually talk to you guys without buzzing, which is awesome. Indeed, it is in fact a remarkably difficult password. At the end of the day, he's not going to look. I mean, if he's aware of the password, I'm sure it's not hard to figure out. Hello there, Andre. How are you doing, my friend? Right, so 6 coastal guns fired in defense. Now, Kotabaru was actually quite heavily bombarded by Congo and Haruna, I believe it was. Over 100 casualties inflicted there, which was quite advantageous. Definitely helped us out. Okay, Japanese lookout, spot a allied task force. So we have here what looks to be a light cruiser, possibly the Sendai, and a good number of destroyers here. So I've got a feeling that these PT boats are rather dangerous, of course, if they have torpedoes, which they more than likely do. Okay, it's the Naka. But we do have the advantage, obviously, armaments as well as armor, and I'd say possibly speed. Probably not speed, but definitely armament. So we'll enjoy this turkey shoot then. Okay, Yudachi, Minosami, Minagumi, Migumo, Asagumo, Naka, Harusumi, Harasami? Madari. There we go, we have fish in the water, definitely. Ah, you're writing dissertation, man. That sounds pretty awesome. Indeedy. Right then, so shall we skip this and see what the results are? Why now? I got a D&D game. Mate, you need to actually post into the D&D Discord, then I want to hear about this. Ideally we don't lose anything to biplanes. But we're going to skip here and see what the results are. Ideally we don't take any losses here. Ideally. Is any losses inflicted? Okay, wow, throughout the entirety of the battle there, we only inflict 1 hit as far as we're aware. Honestly, I was expecting them to have all been destroyed, so that's fine. Is the invasion of the Philippines coming soon? We're already engaged in the invasion of the Philippines. Yeah, we've taken the base of the party. We are landing over here at Vigan. We are fighting with the US PT boats as well as some of the submarines over there. But we have more or less made it through. Right, so the midget submarine HA-18, HA-18. Yeah, it's actually doing a lot of work for us in the fact that it's actually giving us some intelligence, which is very handy. And it's going to keep him on his toes. He's going to be aware of it, but he's going to be like, shit, I can't grab that. How is the audio levels, by the way? Is the music too loud or is it loud enough? Okay, SS40. Okay, depth charge is down here. Out of airs would be your ammunition. Okay. There's music. Can you not hear the music? Like, seriously, can you not hear the music? Because it should be working. Like, it's definitely on here. There we go. Like, that should definitely be that. If there's no music, I need to know about that, because that's really odd. Okay. Go on that a little bit, mate. Let me know if there's any music. Right then, we've actually managed to land a few hits here. I mean, they might have only rattled the submarine, but these are actually doing pretty well. I mean, we've actually landed quite a few hits on the enemy submarines, which is very nice. Of course, these are only, like, light hits, but... okay, you can hear it. Oh, the in-game sounds. Yeah, the in-game sounds are kind of quiet, but... bottom with 3 hits with an S-boat, that's a dead sub. You reckon? See, I didn't actually look at the results there too closely. I was looking towards the side screen here. I can try and turn the music up slightly. Let's see. I'll turn the background music up, see if that's any better. But this is looking pretty good. But if that is as you say there, Black Star, if we have, bottom... actually, let's take a look here then. Fails to find sub. Attacking submerged sub. So I can't find out that information. It's a shame that we ran out of the ammunition here. Mate, I like to try and make things... I mean, this is it. I don't do anything like video editing wise. I don't do anything else. The only thing I really do is actually audio. So it's got to be good. Okay, so we finally have the invasion of Wake here. Now, we did strengthen the Wake invasion, so let's see if that actually will pay off for us. Now, we should have additional light cruisers here. If I remember correctly, we may have anything between 1 to 4 light cruisers in this area. I do believe we definitely did strengthen the task force. Right, so we've definitely got 2 light cruisers there, which isn't going to make a huge amount of difference, but at the end of the day, this is suppressive fire that is going to definitely help out. Those are actually the most dangerous subs for you as World War I era torpedoes actually work. Bloody hell, that's awesome, isn't it? Then that's pretty good then. Tatsuta. Opening up with these 14cm guns. Range down to 4,000 yards. The battle for Hong Kong isn't too far away. We will check on the situation. We may expect the reinforcement division to arrive either this turn or the next turn. But once they do arrive, that is when the battle for Hong Kong will begin in earnest. We are waiting for our reinforcements to arrive, first and foremost. I do wonder what THG's thoughts are regarding the Hong Kong situation. See, this is it. At the end of the day, it's going to be amazing when I can actually look back on this in the far, far future of the 41st millennium. And actually see the forts on the other side. And see how it looked. How long until those 40 Mark 14s are fixed? Couldn't tell you. Could not tell you. Right then. Skip that. Okay, yep, so look at this. We do have 4 light cruisers here. There are 111 coastal guns fired in events. I mean, the pre-invasion action, okay. We do have shell hits on the Yibari and the Katori. That's not too bad. 87 casualties sustained. We inflicted 6 casualties here. Though, we'll keep up the fire. We'll keep up the fire. Okay, 22 casualties lost during the landings. So what, there about 100 or so casualties? Okay. Now, there's only a few coastal guns still in operation here. Right, 2 coastal guns firing in defense here. That's significantly better. Hello there, Rocco. How you doing, my friend? I'm just going to say Rocco now, because I always get it wrong. Okay, we have a hit on one of our ships here. It's only a superstructure hit, so nothing too spectacular. Hello there, Paul Sanders. How you doing, my friend? Right, we're unloading the vegan. I got myself a nice coffee here. Okay, hello there, sweet opportunity, how are we doing? The SS I-123 scores a hit on the tanker Gertrude Kellogg. Now that is fantastic. We don't know if this has gone down as of yet, but that is wonderful. Oh, I'm very happy about that. Very, very happy about that. 2 torpedoes launched 1 hit, on fire with heavy damage. Shall we listen for that sweet sound of surrender? No, we don't hear it. She hasn't gone down, but she's going to be heavily damaged. Intriguing. Okay, so we do have torpedoes out on the destroyer Minesweeper Long. We do miss that, but it's interesting to see that we are seeing these ships out further. So are you doing a SAM rush, or what type of plane are you going for? September 1943 was when the major flaws of the Mark 14 torpedo were fixed. Yeah, it's a shame about the combat mission Black Sea stream. Crashed. But I ended up running out of time. I'll have to see if I can try and improve the actual reliability of OBS recording the stream itself. Though, combat mission Black Sea is fantastic. I think what we'll do then is we'll go for the SAMs then. I was thinking about this, obviously, regarding the KI-44 Tojos. I guess we'll go against the Tojos. It's not too late to go against the Tojo. It would be nice, but I have to look at it. It's the fact that it ultimately doesn't gain cannon until much later. Okay, the Japanese task force is close in range. We are fighting the day here. 15,000 yards. Right, daytime surface combat. Yep, okay. Nishimura. Okay, we should butcher them this time here. At the end of the day, these P2 boats are rather dangerous. They may be tiny and relatively insignificant, but if these bad boys were to get into some of our convoys, they could cause some absolutely grievous damage here. Have the Tojo stars with the cannon? Am I thinking of the Oscar? I might have got myself a little bit confused there. I think I'm thinking of like later models, aren't I? I tell you what though, it's so nice to actually have the energy to stream. Sometimes it's like I'm very low energy because either tired or something like that. But I tell you, when I actually feel like I've got the proper energy, it's just so much better. Genuinely enjoy it. Not that I don't every day, but I like to be able to feel that I'm giving a good performance. It's nice to see some actual naval battles here as well. So the range has increased once again to 10,000 yards. We'll go ahead and skip this to see what the results are. Okay, so we received no hits on our own, though we do take down PTQ 111. It's not too bad then. I mean, we are using shells here, but at the end of the day, we have destroyed one of them. And it is going to give our crew some experience as well, which is quite nice. Okay, number of US submarines over here. Quite a dangerous situation. We are somewhat surrounded by 1, 2, 3 submarines at the very least here. Right, we do make it through. The issue is the seaplane carrier Mizuho is very, very important. I really do not want to lose her because she actually represents the ability to have a converted light carrier out in the future. What's up there, AT? How you doing, my friend? Okay. The SSI-124 elects not to launch torpedoes at this target. That's interesting, but we have sighted a number of ships down that way. Okay, again, no torpedo strikes there. Which is definitely quite lucky. We'll take a quick look. So there, Snake, how you doing, my friend? Hello there, Finnish Jaeger. We have our landings over here at Pari and Vegan, pretty much historical for the most part. The KA-1 Autogyro? Autogyro? I can't say I know what that is, to be fair. Do you think Force Z surviving is going to cause any issues? You know what? It's actually going to be rather interesting with Force Z, isn't it? I mean, we buggered up on... Well, I buggered up on that one. I'd accidentally set my naval bombers to attack at night instead of in the day by mistake. So that was my fault entirely. I think with Force C survivors, it's going to be rather interesting, considering that the Prince of Wales and the Battlecruiser Repulse are more than capable of taking on the Congo or Haruna or the other battleships of the line of the Japanese Imperial Navy. It's going to be rather interesting. But at the end of the day, once we take control of the skies, she's going to die the same way that she died in real life. Maybe just later, but it will happen. But we'll see. That plane is just a damn meme. Why is it a meme? I'm quite intrigued by this. Helly. Right, I'll take a look at that link in just a moment. We have been rather lucky in the fact that we haven't sustained any damage by the enemy submarines so far. I mean, at least what is known where they are. Okay, so our carriers are definitely sighted here. Right, B-17E is attacking there. Okay, so we have a formation approaching Clark Airfield. So here we go again. As we have 21 zeros here, we are facing off against 19 P-40E Warhawks. Yes, we're arriving, we're diving on them, sorry. Another Warhawk down. See, I would have imagined that THG might have responded to this altitude issue here. Though, he may not be aware of this. Yeah, diving on the Warhawks. We do have 4 G3M2 Nels, we have G4 M1s, 23 of them. Another P-40B Warhawk is down. See, this has been fantastic. We've definitely been rapidly increasing the numbers of enemy planes shot down. So we may end up rather soon with some pretty damn good aces here. And ideally, if we can keep them alive throughout the war, we'll equip them in the best aircraft and we will make them earn their place by the Emperor. Yeah, the VP-40s have been consistently lower now, which is fantastic. See, the issue is when the actual fighters here make it through to the bombers. That's the issue. Was your sub not firing that cargo ship part of your submarine doctrine, or was it one of choice of not attacking? That was entirely down to the submarine commander. I can't really say as to why they didn't fire, but they've elected not to fire their torpedoes. Which is rather interesting, considering I've not actually seen that myself before. Usually they just go for it, but like, fuck it, you know what, let's go for it. Yes, we have training squadrons already set up. I think we'll probably take a look at them in the future, obviously go around there, take the most able pilots and have them put back, well, put them into the mainstream, into the active pool, really. Okay, another one damaged there. It's going to die for the deck. We do have one of our own Zeros damaged. Ideally, that makes it back without crashing out on the way. Another Warhawk down. Hello there, S. Bosco. Hey alls, I'm new to the channel, a new owner of Grigsby's War in the West on Steam. I've dabbled in the manuals and playthroughs. I'm a fan of the channel. Do you have any recommendations for new player videos? Well, I should probably do some more War in the West in the future. There is a mod available for War in the West which does change the actual graphics of the game. It really does make it look a hell of a lot more up to date, which is fantastic. As far as it would go for War in the West, it's like if you're playing the Axis, you are extremely limited in what you can actually achieve. You need to be very mindful of your depots, you need to definitely build up your supplies and fuel. As the Allies, you must do the same, but at the end of the day, you have infinite resources available to you. You have the luxury of the men and resources, you have the luxury of the aircraft, you have the luxury of the armor. You can afford to buy that time. The Axis can't. They really can't. Yeah, that Warhawk needs to boom and zoom. Also, optimize your industry for that A6M3 to A6M5 to A6M8. Indeed, we'll take a quick look at that afterwards. Yep, another P-40E Warhawk has been destroyed. Right, so we have lost an A6M2, and that's a shame. I suppose it had to happen at some point. We are now definitely in the dogfight. So we've lost one or two here to damage. The one lost outright, but I suppose this is it. The loss ratios, well, the kill-to-death ratios have been pretty good. It's when they get into the bombers like here. P-35s have been driven away by some defensive fire, P-40 driven away by defensive fire. See, this is the issue. We need our bombers to really be heavily armed so that they can actually drive them away. There's not a great chance that they do. I mean, we've already lost 3 of them. I mean, this is going to cost us. It's definitely going to cost us in terms of bombers. But in my opinion, it is worth it by far to knock out the airfield here. Because at the end of the day, this is a size 8 airfield. It's the largest airfield in the Philippines. I simply cannot allow it to function. And it's working fairly well as... well, in some other cases, we are drawing out the American fighters, which we're actually shooting down in good numbers here. Surprising how many numbers they actually have, but we are taking them down pretty easily. Wow. Losing bombers, losing the occasional fighter, but we are definitely inflicting a blow here. One in the West should be 90-40, not 43-44. It'd be rather interesting to see a 41, or a 39-40, that'd be interesting. Good to know, thanks for some tips. Yeah, that's the best way. That's definitely what I would advise, really. But those good bombers only come in 4 months. Yep, that's very true. Okay, critical hit on the G3M2 now. Yeah, we're definitely taking a lot of losses here in bombers. Lots of losses. But at the end of the day, it's... the bombers can be replaced. We do have plenty of bombers here. We are producing more. It's the fighters that matter for the most part to me. Because the fighters are the one that dictate whether we have aerial supremacy or not. If we don't have the fighters, we can't launch these raids. If I run low on bombers, I can wait. But if I run low on fighters, yeah, things significantly change. Hello there, Mr. Dictator. Welcome to the stream. And I should say there, welcome to you there, Bosco. First time seeing you in stream, as well as you, Mixed Dictator. I think there's some new names as well, which is awesome to see. I wonder if they will ever combine one of the East and one of the West. They are definitely thinking about it. They definitely do want to do that in the future. I think what their plan is, they're going to go with one of the East too, and then they're going to look at potentially a combination of one of the West and one of the East, which should be incredible, really. Bloody hell, that'd be amazing. Okay, so we do lose a 0. We do have a G3M2 now damaged. We do lose 9 G4M1 Bettys, which is obviously the worst loss so far of bombers in a single raid. 2 of them are damaged, but we do destroy multiple American aircraft here, and we do deliver... Okay, so only light damage here to the runway, but we do deliver damage nonetheless, and actually shooting down these American fighters is worth it for the time being, as at the end of the day it means that we can actually set up some aerial supremacy ideally. See you later there, Saltfish, and indeed, no biplane memes. I might get that made in like some kind of merchandise. Like... I need to think of some kind of joke regarding biplanes. Yeah, that's what I like about this, is obviously that I can stream here, so I get to interact with you guys. I love interacting with the chat. I think it definitely brings something really organic to the actual streams, rather than just something rather deadpan. But you can't replace pilots. Replacements have almost conscript levels of training. Yep, you're dead right on the pilots. Right. The only thing is, that's inevitability. I'm aiming to try and win this in the short term, really. But look at this, 53 zeros, 32 G4M1 Bettys. We should definitely be able to shoot down a considerable number of American fighters here quite easily. One of them is damaged. Interesting. Right, we do have the numbers here. So ideally we could shoot them all down. Okay, Warhawk damaged. Arrival of more Warhawks. Hello there, Artem. How you doing, my friend? Hello from Russia. Your combat mission videos are good. Please do more combat mission. Yeah, I definitely will do some more combat mission. It was nice to actually download it again. I've got a bunch of combat mission games. You wouldn't believe, but I've spent about $350 on combat mission games over the years. It's just a shame that the actual developers really have nothing in the way of PR. It's perhaps the worst PR I've ever really seen. It's rather awful to deal with. New name. That's good, man. It's good to see you in the live stream. Yeah, it's been definitely a learning experience since the first one of the Pacific streams. I'd like to say that I've improved. I feel like through each of the series, we have improved together. I'm no expert, but we are learning things continuously. And they should connect both maps and supply system from one of the West, and then when the Soviets are defeated, the British will pitch their pants. So I guess all the naval bomber squads can go sub-patrol until the Francis shows up. See, that'd be quite interesting. I think I know why the raids go uncoordinated. Check if you have the full aviation support to Takao airfield. Also check the aircraft limit. If I recall correctly, Takao should have a pretty insane amount of aircraft support, but we can definitely check it. We do have some other planes arriving from Pescadores Island. Well, Pescadores Island. Okay, so this time round, definitely different result here. So one G4M1 Betty destroyed, one damaged. Not as many losses in the air. But we did shoot down a P-35A, we do shoot down a P-40E Warhawk. Though we do hit some actual aircraft on the ground here, a B-10B and a O-47A are destroyed on the ground. The airbase sustains 1 hit, the runway sustains 14 further hits. This is looking pretty good. Your Kuantan campaign 1 of the E-Series was amazing. Really, was it? I don't think it was good. I'm really thinking about doing another one in the future, actually. That'd be rather interesting. I might just do like a proper play-by-email against like a pretty good player or something, as potentially the Germans or the Soviets. I think probably the Germans. That's the most interesting campaign in my opinion. But this is looking pretty good. We've inflicted quite a few good hits here. One pre-war biplane or one Pride of the Fleet high-quality battleship. So there, Judy, how you doing, my friend? You've not missed particularly much. We have lost quite a few bombers over here, but we have inflicted some heavy casualties on the American Air Force, on MacArthur's Air Force in the Philippines. Right. Yeah, I'm not going to enjoy watching this. So, 7 fighters down, potentially. Sorry, 7 bombers down. 5 destroyed, 5 damaged. Right. Okay, at least these ones are arriving with an escort. Ah, thank you there, Paul. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I will definitely have a reward out for my patrons rather soon. It's going to be done round about this week. So basically what it's going to be is like a special keyring which will either feature the carrier Akagi, the Saratoga class carrier, the A6M20, what's the other one? The A6M20? It might be just the A6M20 as well. I can't remember if there was another one now. But the idea here is I'll have 12 of them to send out in the initial wave. And then in the second wave, which will be another 12, then I'll send them out to the remaining patrons who have already backed. And I think in the future, potentially new patrons of a certain pledge level will receive a keyring as well. The idea being it's going to be some actual organic merchandise that I've arranged a supplier to create for me. And what I was thinking as well is potentially having like different tier backing. So like let's say tier 1 is the A6M20, tier 2 is the A6M5A, tier 3 A6M8, etc. I think it'd be rather interesting, something a little bit different, you know? That's what I like. If anything would sink the Yamato, well, Yamato would probably be the Swordfish, more than likely. Why have 2 wings when you could have 4? Yeah, pretty much. Do not worry, THG knows this. Yeah, we've got quite a few wings here. So we've definitely lost quite a few bombers this time round. We have lost another A6M20. Another P-35A has been destroyed. Now, it doesn't look as though we do much in the way of damage. Okay, we're going for the ships here. That's rather interesting. Where are they coming from? Where are they coming from? Are they coming from Pescadores? Because I'm rather confused where they just came from. Where the hell did you come from? That must have been from the Pescadores. Top tier meme. Okay, so our bombers out here in the Chinese countryside. Whoops. Damn it, Google, go away. Okay, 17 casualties inflicted there. What do you guys think to the campaign in China then? What are your thoughts regarding it? Which tier features the nude pictures? That would probably be the Sips tier? Sips tier. That's embarrassing. Six tier. Yeah, that's embarrassing. Okay, yep. See, there used to be certain words I couldn't say. Like, artillery used to be one of them that I just always said, like, wrong. Philosophy is one that I do get wrong still to this day. It's just one of those I get tongue-tied on. I can say philosophical, but I can't say philosophy. I just can't. I don't know why. Okay, get you the glory of the Royal Air Force and I take the Bismarck sticker. That'd be pretty awesome. You may be able to focus there and just destroy stuff with land bombers. Yeah, that's true. I don't expect much in the way. I don't think the Flying Tigers will be active yet, or they may be active. Yeah, I imagine he's going to be trying to bog us down with his troops in the moment. How important is China in the game, really? Could you just ignore it for a limited penalty? In reality, when it comes to China, the only area that really matters beyond what we already have is this rail line here, and just this area here. This is what I'm after. This is where the actual resources are that make it worthwhile. I mean, taking Chongqing would be amazing because at the end of the day, it would actually destroy the Chinese, but that would be a hell of a target to take. So this area here is where we're wanting to actually move in. This is the real gold here, and this pay dirt. Thank you very much there, Black Mesa, man. That really does make a difference. Do ping me on the Discord, and I can give you, like, patron backer status, at least on the Discord. At the end of the day, man, that's deserving. Nude pictures of MacArthur, yep, I have those on a hard drive I keep stored away. And to provide good experience, and you can finish it by early 43. Yep, that's definitely true. Pretty much. Cutting off the Burma Road will cripple the Chinese pretty bad. Yep, it definitely will. How much for the 8-pack here? Yeah, 500 industry in the north. That would be beautiful. I'm looking at really the resources here, first and foremost. That's what primarily interests me. Okay, so we have another raid here on Kuantan. Kuantan. Yeah, and doesn't look like DHG has positioned any fighters here, or has any fighters available. So we've definitely landed another golden goose here. Again, hitting the runway, we've already damaged multiple aircraft, and potentially destroyed others, so this is absolutely amazing. All in Chongqing? Yeah. That would be pretty badass. Okay, time for a little bit of coffee. We can celebrate the losses here inflicted on the Americans. Well, potentially the British as well. You didn't read that whole MacArthur comment correctly, dude. Didn't I? What did I miss? You want to type it again and I'll see it. See, the only issue is it's like I have a little screen here. I should have popped the chat out, because it means I have to keep up with the chat pretty regularly. Otherwise it does get swamped. Okay, yeah, we're definitely dealing a lot of damage here to Allied bombers. The Helens will be amazing. You're right about that, I'm definitely looking forward to that one. Cough British. They won't surrender, but they will be pretty much worthless. So let's see, how much damage did we do here? Oh me, oh my, that's looking pretty good. Okay, so as far as we can tell here from the results, which is not accurate, it's basically a best guess, or at least exaggeration, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it a best guess. As you can see here, 16 Blenheim's damage, 1 destroyed on the ground, 4 Hudson's damage, 1 destroyed on the ground, 5 airbase hits, 6 airbase supply hits, and 14 runway hits. So this is actually really good. So for the damage that we've taken over here at Clark, we've pretty much made up for that in terms of damage to the bombers here at Kuantan. So this is actually really quite nice. It makes them no respawn and makes their units not reinforced. Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, so they would be annihilated in time. Then all Imperial-Japanese Army bomb production can be shifted to the Helen when it's 1,000 kilogram of bomb load. That's fantastic. Come on, Swordfish Man, I thought you had a D&D game. Okay, wow, another raid here. Well, okay, that's interesting. So we've actually destroyed another Allied aircraft. Damaged another one. So that's not too bad then. Yeah, taking out China would definitely, well, free up a lot of troops. Okay, so apparently we have destroyed an additional P-40B Warhawk. And additional hits to the airfield and the runway. Sure, why not? I'll take it. We didn't lose any aircraft there. So I'm fairly happy with that. We do have the raid here at Kuantan. Is this a Kuantan? Oh, no, this is just to the north of Canton, isn't it? I was thinking, wait a minute, I'm looking at Kuantan, but that's not right. Should be able to deal some decent damage, really get a feel for what we're doing to the Chinese forces here. Oh, you played Roll20. Right, that's awesome. Right, here we go. So 72 casualties inflicted on the Chinese forces here. 1 squad destroyed, 5 disabled, 1 disabled, non-combatant. And this is it, we can just keep this up. We receive 0 damage, so we can just continue this for ever, really, for the most part. Obviously, until we have, like, too much fatigue on the actual planes here. Really, you only have time to focus on China here in the war. Yeah, the early stage of the war, so if you want to go all in, better do it early. So that Judy... That reminds me, I now own Tome of Blood, Fate, Excess, and Decay for Black Crusade. Got Tome of Blood for 120 last night. God damn, dude. That's awesome. Can you go ahead and actually post me a picture in the Discord? I would love to see that. See, what I'm after at the moment is... So I've got Dark Heresy 1 and 2. I've got Rogue Trader. I've got Black Crusade. I would like to pick up only War and Deathwatch. I mean, at least I'd actually have all of the Final Flight fantasy game rulebooks, which would be awesome. And it's a new one, that Wrath and Glory. I don't know, I'm going to look into it, but it's one of these things I've just dropped all this money on these rulebooks. I'd rather get that going. Okay, so 54 allied casualties inflicted here. Looking brilliant. Also, when are you setting up a research plan, set factories by category of plane and then sort them? We do have a rough research plan in place. It's just really trying to organize it. I just wish you could actually organize the actual research tab easier. Would be nice to actually sort them by like plane types, etc. Yep, it's a percentile dice based 40k tabletop RPG game. Say that with a mouthful. Yeah, sure, post in the chat, I'd love to see that. Right, so we have another raid here on Kuantan. So, this is really the icing on the cake here. I'm pretty surprised that THG has not redeployed fighters here, but at the end of the day, he's going to pay for that. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth here. Right then, so 1 additional aircraft damage on the ground here, additional 5 hits on the airbase and 5 hits on the runway. This thing's going to be rather heavily damaged here at Kuantan, so yeah, good luck with that one. It's only light bombers, which is the... Yeah, well, light bomb loads, which is a shame. So far, it has been a relatively busy turn. There's been quite a few action... Well, points of action going on here. Okay, this squadron I do need to redeploy. So 2 of them damaged. Yeah, okay. They weren't meant to attack there. So THG is going to be more than aware of Kidabutai. But if Kidabutai is in range, or actually with the Oilers, then we can fuel up and then we can move on. I suppose this is it. At the end of the day, if he's aware of Kidabutai, it may change his movements. The Mersing invasion force isn't too far away. I do hope he doesn't have an inkling of where it's actually going to be heading for. I mean, so as far as he's concerned, it might be heading to Kuantan, it might be heading down here, it may be heading to Mersing, it might even be heading for bloody Singapore as far as he knows, or I might even be making a bold move to Palembang. It's like, I do have historical invasions down here in Borneo, so this is it, he might actually confuse that there. Could you train new air wings in China to improve their experience and replace the losses as well? And we basically have all of our aircraft in Manchuria, as well as like Indochina, as well as like Korea. Most of Japan really training new squadrons, well, training new pilots, which is quite good. Okay, so we have additional aircraft here, a bunch of Buffaloes, only a few bombers though. Ideally we don't take hits on the transport. Right, one of them has been destroyed by flak, another damaged by flak. Okay, yep, so 1 destroyed, 2 damaged. Which is a nice result there. I suppose the very interesting and very real possible scenario here is that we do see the Prince of Wales and the battlecruiser Repulse sally out with a enlarged Force Z to challenge the landings over here, which could happen. We will have the weight of firepower, as we do have we only have 2 battleships, which is obviously 1 more battleship than they do. Obviously one of them is probably, it's like equivalent to a battleship, obviously not as heavily armoured, but it definitely does have that armament. Though we do have far more heavy cruisers and I'd imagine light or possibly destroyers too, but definitely heavy cruisers. I don't think he'll have the number in this area. And remember to put 1 experienced pilot in every training squad to boost them up. That's a good idea. Right, definitely more bombers here. That's rather worrying. Now, Congo did sustain some damage from an actual biplane, which is rather amusing, so hopefully we don't see any damage come about from anything larger. Okay, so two Blenheims, well, Blenheims are damaged here. Blenheim 1 and Blenheim 4. Obviously, these are the ones that we want to damage most of all. Okay, looking good, but no damage received. 4 ways. Right, another one damaged there. Wow, okay, so 12 B-17D fortresses are... Ooh. Ooh, fuck me, that's painful. Right, so no squads destroyed, but we do take 108 casualties. That was really painful. Yeah, so 15,000 feet, dropping 2,000 pounds of bomb each. Yeah, that's gonna leave a mark. Definitely gonna leave a mark. Also, 9 attacks with 3 DD, 1 light cruiser are amazing. Yeah, see, we definitely do have the advantage at night. Okay, no losses there, so that's all good. Yeah, 108 just straight off the bat, pretty brutal. Okay, so 8 allied ships. Let's see. Yeah, I mean that's it, our Helens will have a bomb load. That's gonna be amazing. Definitely looking forward to having that firepower. So far it's been a rather bloody turn in the air. Okay, still not over. I'm still hoping that we can actually survive this. I mean, they're going for a destroyer, so at the end of the day, good luck to them. That's a bloody hard target to hit. And it's a target that is more than capable of hitting them in turn. I mean, the Congo and the Haruna are well-armoured and well-armed. Obviously, they're slower and larger than the destroyers, but they still have armament and armour to take quite a few hits. Obviously not from torpedoes, but from bombs mostly. Yes, 4C has dropped off the radar, as far as we're concerned at the moment. Which is honestly exciting, I'm really excited about that. I think that's going to be leading to some really interesting battles in the future. A bit of old history, which I like. Okay, salmon. Okay. There's so many submarines around here. So many submarines. Okay, but no damage inflicted, so that's good. Okay, the midget submarine HA-18 is going to go down here. So I'd like you guys to salute the captain of HA-18. Force Z shall defeat you with the mighty swordfish. Also, they get armor in late 42. Well, that's really fantastic. Having armor is going to make a massive difference. I assume you're talking about the Helens? Okay, we're unloading here to Wake Island. Yikes. So we are taking hits here. Ouch. Let's see what the results are. Okay, so 2 shell hits, and she's on fire, but she's still able to go. Prince of Wales will have her revenge. See, that's going to be the actual thing here. I mean, God, you know, the worst case scenario that I do actually fear here is the fact that Prince of Wales and, obviously, Repulse could actually sally forth from Singapore. They could do that. I mean, they might die. They're not entirely likely to die. But if they get in there and they actually get in range of the transports, the damage they could inflict would be horrific. Indeed, they give their lives to the Empire. Right. Unloading, that's good news. This is what we want to see here. 76 casualties over here, so that's it's not a great Great number to receive there, but at least they're at the beaches. They're actually dropping their payloads, which is good. Okay, so we have the land combat here. So it looks as though the reinforcement division has arrived. Yep, the 104th and the 38th divisions are going to be the one to take Hong Kong down. Okay. Now these bombardments are going to be rather intriguing. So if you take a look at the defenders of Hong Kong here, the Kowloon Brigade is the strongest at 117 assault value. The rest of them are rather marginal, but with 2 divisions we should be able to take this quite easily. Yeah, I know, right? The midget submarines actually did do a bloody good job. They must have been catching the fish as they swam by. I suppose they've been out about, what, 3 days? 2 to 3 days? I mean, the attack on Pearl Harbor was like, what, was it the 8th of December? So 2 days, potentially? So I suppose they probably would have had the rations for that. But it would have been a hellscape down there. Okay, so let's see what the results are. So 30 casualties sustained, 42 inflicted. Yes, we should have the actual force now to take Hong Kong. Deliberate attack at Cotabato. They do have numbers here, but we do have the 56th Infantry Regiment, which should be able to do this, as well as the 12th Engineering Regiment. Probably helps extend range if you aren't going home. Yeah, pretty much. And do we capture... Ah! Surrendered. Tenno, Haika, Banzai! Banzai! I swear to God, I could listen to that all day. So 129 casualties sustained, 1,866 inflicted upon the Allied forces here in Malaya. So they've lost all their guns. Some of their forces do continue to retreat. It's a shame that we actually didn't force them all to surrender, but at least we've actually managed to defeat them and take Cotabato. So we actually have control of the port here. What are your heaviest Japanese bombers at the moment? I guess either the G4s or the... Is it KI-29s? I think... Is it KI-29? 49? The Helens, anyway. I think... No, are they Helens? I can't remember what the bloody called now. Indeed, Banzai. As far as I know, the Rita G8N isn't in the game. Right, we have a deliberate attack over here. Yeah, so you sent out the base force from Victoria Point. So we should be able to annihilate them. Yeah, they're retreating. We'll follow that up and take Victoria Point. 166 casualties inflicted. He didn't do anything there. Okay, so we have the SNLF, the Maizuru 2nd SNLF. We also have the 33rd Naval Guard. Now... Yeah, we capture Wake.
Greetings, everybody. How's tricks? This is Orphan Anne from Radio Tokyo, saying hello to all of her dog faces and boneheads wandering the Pacific Islands. Before we start the music, the Japanese High Command announced today that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Wake.
Banzai. And we have destroyed 8 F4F3 Wildcats. That is huge! Huge! Major gain there. I know it seems... I mean, we lost a lot of casualties here, but 8 Wildcats destroyed is really nice. I'm very happy about that. Because at the end of the day, these are planes that could be used to bite us in the ass. So I'm very happy there. We did sustain a lot of losses, but we do take the island. And the US obviously loses over 1,000 casualties themselves. So definitely worthwhile. Wake is now under our control, which obviously does allow us to speed things up. Okay, yeah, and here we go. The prophesized Allied shock attack at Ichang. I knew it was going to happen. Oh, do we have the actual strength here to repulse the Allied attack? I mean, this shock attack is going to be rather dangerous. It's like going to be a make or break. If they have the numbers, they will take Ichang. If they don't, they will take horrendous losses. The 34th Division must hold for the Emperor. The 11th and the 13th forces of China will hold. They need to hold. The RGC temporary divisions must hold the line. If we hold this, we will inflict some massive casualties here at Yichang. Absolutely massive. We are looking pretty good here. It looks as though we will hold the line. Do we hold the line? We hold the line. Barely. We've lost some of the fortification there. But come on guys, what do you reckon? What do you reckon these numbers are going to look like? Come on, let's get some bets here. I want to see some numbers. Show me some dirty, dirty numbers, you bitches. Loyalists of the British Empire, rally around me, we shall hold the line. Banzai. Yeah, Tokyo Rose is fantastic. Always so very good. Yeah, I think he's definitely going all in here. I think what he's trying to do is actually just either lock me down or just delay me. Either that, he's just trying to, destroy these forces out here. So let's see the numbers. 758 Japanese troops lost. Significantly less than I would have thought. Okay, so we've got 4,000, 40,000. Let's take a look at this then. 6,519 Chinese destroyed there. So they've lost 50 guns. 49 squads have been destroyed. 708 disabled. These are some big numbers here. Big, big numbers. Almost like, what, a 6-to-1 kill-to-death ratio there? Fantastic. So we still have the numbers to hold on. So this is fantastic. Very, very good. Yeah. So there, Major, how you doing, my friend? So, just over 6.5, well, 6,500 casualties sustained by the Chinese there. That's going to hurt them. That's definitely going to hurt them. Ah, not far off. Oof. Mercy. I suppose it could have been better, but this is it. I'm happy with that result there. It's a shame that we won't get that again, but I'm pretty happy. Yep, indeed, only one Japanese squad destroyed, the rest of them have been disabled. Which means that those losses can be recovered. More or less. Yeah. That's very true. Disabled squads are not destroyed. And obviously that works for us and against us, but at least, 708, they'll eventually come back, but we did obviously destroy quite a large complement of the Chinese force there. The thing is, they won't have that combat potential where we will do in the meantime. Okay, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. So let's just take a look at some of the quick results here. And... right, so sadly no sightings of the American carrier so far. Okay, so he's not actually aware of the full might of the Kitabutai. He's aware of the Oilers and of the Wake and Midway task force. Our submarines are moving out into the wider area here. They're definitely widening their search arc, their patrol arc. It's not long now to actually see the invasion of the Phoenix Islands, of Kuantan Island. So, Kuantan Island, yep, we should see that in the following turn. We do have the AMC Hokoku Muru on station. I mean, our submarines are out here. I think... yeah, I'm not entirely sure where the American carrier could have gone. It might have just slipped us, I'm not sure. We'll have to see next time then, obviously, if we can find some information. We do have allied ships off the coast here. We do have some over here. A troop transport as well. We will try to ideally intercept that. We have our troops ashore over here, which is going to make a major difference. At least we don't have to worry about the submarines now. We are trying to take control of the coastline over here. Obviously, it's just the PT boats at the moment. Have you any intentions to resize your Imperial Japanese float plane and carrier aircraft squadrons to maximize your training program? That's a good idea, really. I suppose that could actually be done. Would you say resize? So, reduce their size or increase their size? I know some carriers do definitely have further aircraft capacity, which I would obviously like to fill up. That would be ideal. Though I suppose at the end of the day, I could obviously throw some additional squadrons onto the actual aircraft carriers so that they could actually be out there at sea and gain in experience. That's quite true, isn't it? Okay, so let's take a look at the state of China. So, these forces have not yet arrived over here. The 14th are going to have to hold. 10,000 troops here. We can, 105,000 supposedly, but that's going to be fine. We can handle that. We do have our forces beginning to mass around here at Anyang. We can obviously, ideally, drive them out. We do have Chinese forces that have moved on the base over here at Huainan. We'll be able to deal with that. Yeah, maximize the float planes. That'd be a good idea. Obviously, spot the enemy. Ideally, we'll cross over here soon enough. Use the Imperial Japanese float plane cruisers to resize the small float plane squadrons to size 24. Wow, that's pretty beefy. That lets them train 30 pilots. That's actually really good to know. Definitely look at that one. Right. Not long now until we have the Guam invasion, so we should have Guam in the following turn. But with Wake under our control, that's a very good capture there. That allows us obviously to start moving in on Midway, which we will begin preparing for immediately. I think we already do have preparations underway to take Midway, but we will begin to move there. Yeah, we definitely have so very many more yet to destroy. Then you use the 81 capacity carrier. Yeah, I think it's cargo, or I think it's a cargo to resize all the Zero, Val, and K squadrons on the map. Bloody hell. Some pretty advanced tactics. Unfortunately, I don't have any more time remaining here to stream tonight, so if you guys would actually like to post your comments down below, definitely do let me know what you think, and we'll take a look in the following streams. And of course, the first stream is obviously to show the turn results, and then the second stream, or third stream, fourth stream, whatever it may very well be in the future, is obviously to go through the turn and actually make our moves. So, thank you so very much for that, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time, this has been fantastic, you've been fantastic, we've all been fantastic together, especially the Imperial Japanese Air Force. Though, before I do go, I'm not going to blue ball you guys so very much. I'm actually going to give you an idea of the aircraft losses here today. So, 23 G4M1 Bettys, 12 F4F Wildcats, that's a rather incredible number, 6 A6M2 6 P40E Warhawks, 6 P26A, forget what they call them, 4 G3M2s, another 4 P35s, another 3 P40s, Blenheims, not seen in Blenheims. So this is what we're aware of, or what's actually been lost. That's rather intriguing. Could you show us the aces? I don't think I'll be able to show that without the tracker. Unfortunately, I don't have time for that, but I will definitely have time for that in the future. The next streams will definitely go over that. So until next time, Tenno Haika Banzai!